The 300-pound CEO's wife was disliked by the CEO just for breaking a chair at a banquet. After returning, the scheming woman colluded with the butler to make the CEO's wife drink a bowl of poisonous porridge. Watching the 300-pound CEO's wife die from poisoning, the scheming woman was overjoyed. She thought she would soon replace the woman and become the new CEO's wife. But little did she know, the ancient empress was assassinated while dancing. The next moment, her soul traveled into the CEO's wife's body. Realizing the original woman had suffered because of the scheming woman, the empress vowed to avenge the weak woman. Without a word, she slapped the butler, the scheming woman's lackey, to the ground. She demanded to know why he didn't greet her when he saw her. The clueless scheming woman thought the woman was pretending to be mystical, but the next second, the woman slapped her face. Unable to swallow the humiliation, the scheming woman tried to strike back. However, she wasn't even a match for the woman. Next, the woman slapped her 99 times, throwing her to the ground. Still, the woman felt that this wasn't enough to ease her anger. She had the maid drag the scheming woman out and slap her 20 more times. Unbeknownst to them, the maid had long disliked the scheming woman. She immediately went forward to drag her out, but unexpectedly, the CEO's two children stopped them. They claimed the scheming woman treated them better and was more beautiful and graceful than the woman. Even the son said that if the woman wanted to deal with the scheming woman, she would have to go through them first. They didn't know that the usually weak woman wasn't going to spare her this time. Without hesitation, the woman pulled her son over and gave him 100 slaps on the buttocks. Seeing this, the daughter thought the woman wouldn't hit her after hitting her brother. But the next second, the woman had the maid bring a feather duster. She grabbed her daughter and started spanking her. At this moment, the CEO arrived after hearing the commotion. The scheming woman and the two children immediately saw him as their lifeline. They immediately accused the woman of trying to kill them. The CEO believed them without question. He demanded the woman explain herself. He knew the scheming woman was his savior and had cared for the children. But the woman responded that the scheming woman, a mistress, dared to interfere in her family matters. She was slapping a third party like her. With that, she slapped the scheming woman to the ground again. The CEO was furious and tried to defend the scheming woman. But the next second, the woman slapped the CEO across the face. This infuriated the CEO even more. He immediately ordered the butler to lock the woman in the old house in the countryside. She would only be released when she realized her mistake. But little did he know, this was exactly what the scheming woman and the butler wanted. Once the woman was locked in the old house, the butler not only threatened her with the CEO's authority, but also intentionally arranged for the chef to serve her moldy buns and rotten salted vegetables. The excuse was that the woman was there to reflect on her actions and didn't deserve to be picky. After offending the scheming woman and the CEO, she deserves nothing better. The woman didn't bother to waste words on the butler. She simply extended her finger and gestured for him to come over. The arrogant butler thought the woman wouldn't dare do anything to him, but before he knew it, she slapped him to the ground. Seeing the butler's face still full of defiance, the woman immediately grabbed his neck. To make sure the butler learned his lesson, she had the maid bring the pincers she had from her time travel and squeeze all 10 of his fingers. The butler was terrified and quickly admitted his mistakes. Only then did the woman let him go. Meanwhile, the chef who had just brought the moldy food was trembling in fear. The woman immediately ordered the maid to bring a kitchen knife to maim the chef's hands. The chef was so scared he immediately knelt and swore to serve her like a slave. Unbeknownst to them, the woman, as the empress, was asserting her power. Seeing everyone willing to submit to her, she declared that she would rule her household with fairness and strictness. She then had the maid bring golden melon seeds and threw them at the chef. This act instantly made the maid and chef admire her greatly. The next day, the servant scrambled to gather dewdrops to help her with skincare. The chef prepared the finest dishes to please her. At this moment, even though the CEO had locked her in the old house, the woman lived a life of luxury and respect. But one day, while she was enjoying life better than an empress, the CEO suddenly called her. He was unable to calm down their youngest son, who was crying uncontrollably, and asked the woman to come back and take care of him. However, the woman, eager to stay in the old house, immediately rejected him. The CEO then mentioned his father would be returning soon. However, the CEO couldn't have known that the woman didn't care about him at all. The next second, she ordered the maid to hang up the phone. Thinking about how the CEO's father had treated the original woman well, she decided to prepare for his return. A month later, on the day of the CEO's father's return, as soon as the old man sat down, he asked where the woman was. Because the woman's father had once saved the old man's life, the old man was eager to see her. The CEO immediately told the old man about the woman's abuse of the children, exaggerating the details. He said that's why she was locked up in the old house. The scheming woman also lied, claiming the woman was lazy and had eaten herself into a 300-pound fat lady. She had ruined the CEO's reputation at the banquet by breaking a chair. Moreover, she had slapped her several times for no reason. Even the children refused to recognize her as their mother. This angered the old man, who immediately ordered the CEO to call the woman and demand an explanation. When the woman didn't pick up the phone, the scheming woman accused her of being guilty and unwilling to face them. What they didn't know was that the woman had secretly prepared to meet the old man. Using a secret formula from the palace, she had lost the 300 pounds in just a month. Her appearance was now flawless, more beautiful than ever.